on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
What a show it's going to be for you today. We're going to be talking to Noel Gallagher a little bit later. And guess who's going to be coming in here? Well, you'll have to guess. Well, you can guess now if you like, but I'm not going to tell you just yet because it's too exciting to reveal at the moment. I'm here with Matt Morgan. He's in charge of the switches. All right, Matt?
Yes, very well.
Are you all right? Or are you still a bit drunk from Comic Relief last night?
I'm still drunk on the happiness of giving.
The happiness of giving. Matt gave £100 to Comic Relief. You should have seen him strutting around like Francis of Assisi. I gave £100. I gave £100 to the poor. Well, the way he was carrying on.
I wasn't even going to bring that up, but thank you for doing so.
It was very kind of you. You're
How
a
much
damn
did you
decent
give in
fella.
it?
Well, listen, Matt.
Time.
For about, really an hour of my time does cost about 20 grand. So, in a way, I've been more generous than, like, you could wear
You're
a beard
floundering.
of bees for
That's not
hours
going
on
to
end.
build a toilet for some children in Africa, is
What?
it? Your time.
My time builds many toilets for children, let me tell you, or at least it promotes feces somehow. Now listen, we've got lots of important things to talk about. Firstly, Comic Relief and me a bit more.
Yeah, you were very good.
Thanks, Matt. What bit?
The bits, the bits that I wrote.
No,
you were very good. All of it.
it's good, wasn't it?
You controlled that little room.
Didn't
You
I?
made people give money.
Didn't I?
Yes.
Done well, didn't I?
Who would have thought you could be manipulative?
Cold, cunning, twisted man. I was thinking that while I was saying, while I was looking down the camera going, look, you can just give money, come on, just do it. That normally that's, look, what problem will it create if you have sex with me? Just do it, it doesn't matter, we're all going to be dead one day.
Just take your top off and see how you feel.
Come on, see, the world's not ending, show us your boobs, go on, take your clothes off, whee! Good old life. Now, we've got quite a few issues to clear up from last week. One, that lad, remember I said about Paul Inan, Matt? That lad.
Yes, it was disgusting. Is it a new low?
That was not a new low, that was yet another glorious plateau of scatological puerility on the show.
I thought that's gone.
Where I mentioned young Paul Inan. Well, apparently Paul Inan is drifting around in the world, draping his genitalia on people's shoulders. This is from one of his friends, who's also called Paul, who's thanking us for exposing Paul Inan's youthful misdemeanours.
I'm sure the nation feels better for knowing that.
I'm sure the nation has been
Get on your
right
microphone and be
uplifted.
professional.
I am being professional. Oh, it's Jonathan Ross who's coming in like
Oh,
a drifter. Hello, Jonathan Ross.
Hello, what's going on?
We're just pre-recording our radio show for tonight. How lovely of you to come in.
Lying
Oh no, we'll have to beep it.
like a bunch
Oh, Jonathan Ross!
of recording it, you
Jonathan Ross there. Keep it in, we can beep that. There he is.
There it is.
Will.
The godfather of light entertainment.
Uncle Russell coming round.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I want to come and see him. Bye-bye, Jonathan. Bye-bye. Let's leave that in. Let's expose Jonathan Ross. He hoovers up £18 million of your licence for a year and does what exactly? F you. F this. I can do what I like.
That's some good swearing, actually.
He did some good one. Mother licker's nice, isn't it?
That's not actually swearing.
Not really, but it sounds awful. Why would anyone do a thing like that? Isn't it intriguing, Matt, to consider that a realistic possibility for today's show is that Steven Seagal might come in here?
Yeah, I know. What is that all about?
It's weird,
I
isn't
met
it?
a cowboy last night.
Me and Matt met this bearded cowboy geezer. He goes, but he weren't American, was he?
No.
He counts, he's a bearded cowboy, and he goes, hello, I've been speaking to Nick, your agent, and I think if you're interested, I can get Steven Seagal on your show. I went, yeah, all right, why not? And he goes, and if that's not good enough, I can get Duncan Bannatyne from Dragon's Den. Who looks after Duncan Bannatyne and
Bannatyne.
Steven... Bannatyne, is it?
I think so.
He's a curmudgeon, isn't he?
Yeah.
I like him, though.
Is he the Scottish one?
He's the Scottish one. He never invested in anything on Dragon's Den.
He does.
Does he?
I've seen him invest.
What's he invested in?
Maybe
Sticks.
reggae sauce.
Bags. Reggae sauce.
Reggae sauce is now in the shop.
Is it? Reggae sauce is out there
Yeah,
now.
I've had it. It's nice.
Is it nice?
I'm working for them.
What? Stop promoting it. Other sources to do with offbeat music are available. So, yeah, imagine it was... What are we going to say if Steven Seagal does come in here,
Well,
Matt?
we'll ask him about his career as an action movie star and
Yeah.
also his new career as a blues musician.
Yeah, but a lot of his blues records focus on the word ass.
I know,
Like
there
we scanned through his latest album, and it's like one song's called "Talk to My Ass," and another one's called
Crocodile
Me
Ass.
Crocodile Ass. That's like Jimmy Nail's song "Crocodile Shoes," but just a bit higher up and a bit more thought saucy. Dear old
Bizarre, isn't
Steve.
it? And all the pictures of him, he's sort of pulling his action movie face.
Yeah.
Instead of his
Stephen,
blues face.
you are actually a blues musician now, and these intimidating faces of war are inappropriate. I woke up this morning, and I was a chef on a boat, and some terrorists got on it. I beat them all up, in an unrealistic movie. No, that's not antagonising.
He's a Buddhist, though, isn't he?
He's a Buddhist, Matt, right? I was when I was in Los Angeles, the Hollywood.
You
the
went
other
to Los
day.
Angeles?
Did I not mention it? Yeah.
I don't think you did.
I'm trying to become what you might describe as a sort of walking fiasco of a man, not knowing what he's doing from one moment to the next. And I was out there sort of meeting them moguls, and one bloke goes, I was driving Steven Seagal, and he was sat in the back of my cab going, oh, F this, F that, F this, F that, having like much the sort of language Jonathan Ross uses when he comes bursting into our studio, the lout, right? He goes, yeah, stop it, Ricky. Matt's brought his Dartford thugs down. They're all hanging round here, blazing on their pipes and reading the Sun newspaper. He goes, we had Steven. He goes, I had Steven Seagal in the back of my cab. He was effing and blinding and swearing. Then we pulled over at the hotel to drop him off, and there was these monks, like proper monks wearing orange, walking by. And they go, and like, because Steven Seagal's some sort of prominent Buddhist, they had Steven Seagal bless them. And he went over and did some sort of Om Shanti Namanada type stuff on them, touched them on the heads. Now that's a bit weird, isn't it? That if you're a monk, you don't want to be blessed by Steven Seagal. You're already
Buddhism,
a monk.
surely not based on elitism.
Shouldn't be, should it, Matt? Certainly shouldn't be. Now,
Is that because he's a martial artist that the monks respect him? Because isn't he some sort of...
I suppose, yeah, being able to do all that kung fu kicky boot stuff.
Get on your microphone!
I will, hold on, because I'm just trying to find something now.
I will
in a minute. I'm just not in the mood. Right now, I'm sure I'll be in the mood. I've got some info. We've been... regular listeners to our Radio 2 show will be thoroughly well aware that we are absolutely 100% committed to getting those Chinese right out of Tibet. Get out of Tibet. Well, I've got a letter here explaining why that is. Because we just thought it was a bit wrong, and we never really considered why it might be. Just
So you've got the actual facts?
Yep, but I've lost them. But they're around here
That
someplace.
was nearly a first for Russell Brand there, being informed on an issue he's spouting on about.
No, hold on, we'll find those facts. Come on, facts! Where are you? Here's some facts about... hold on, well, for now, we'll read this. Morning, sailors. On your show last week, you said that the US version of Ronald McDonald was all futuristic and feminine. Unfortunately, that brought back into my head, says Keith from Northern Ireland, living in Prague. God, complicated backstory. He goes, that brought a complicated and strange memory I had of Ronnie McDonald living in China. A few years ago, I spent some time in China, and you'll be disturbed to know that Ronald McDonald there is Chinese. I'm not disturbed to know
I'm
that.
not disturbed about
I'm
that.
glad. I think it's good, because otherwise he wouldn't fit in, would he? If he was just strutting around.
He's a clown. What
What do you mean? Like, clowns are accepted
Once you're
anywhere?
a clown, I don't think your race is important.
I suppose not. In fact, you'd have to be quite a committed racist to go, I ain't having no Chinese clown at my kid's birthday. God, you really are into this racism. Yes, I am. Get him out. Yeah, I'm more concerned about the capitalism and the damage to the environment, where his eyes might look slightly different. Ronald McDonald there is Chinese. I know it kind of makes sense, but try a picture of the image, says Keith, Northern Ireland, now in Prague, of a Chinese man covered in clown makeup.
You did Comic Relief and now you've changed. You are so full of hate. You've written this.
I did. This is from Russell, the racist brand. No, Keith, you maniac, don't say things like that. I've read it out now. And he goes, there's something terribly sinister about this Chinese Ronald McDonald clown. Anyhow, keep up the good work. It's all thoroughly entertaining, if not impossible to listen to in public due to laughing out loud and looking like one of those simple people you see in shopping centres. Well, Keith!
This is a PC nightmare.
Keith, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Get hold of yourself, mate. You're supposed to be a cosmopolitan gent. Northern Ireland, now living in Prague. All this...
Going around the world offending people.
He really is marching back and Cape Hobnail boots, hurting people's feelings. Keith, thank you for your hate-filled diatribe. No, only joking. You're a nice lad. There's no point being racist, though, is there? It's boring. Right, now, is there any other information? Should we go into a track, or do you want...
We should go into chat, but I've got a few things to pull you up on.
Go on, then.
Well, not now.
All right, well, why don't you tease those things?
Okay.
Go on.
Gym stick.
Oh, don't start on the gym stick. You'll be learning more about the gym stick, also learning about more why China got to get out to bed now. A bit more about me doing Comic Relief. I'll be dragging that out for a couple of years. And loads of other stuff. Stay with us. We're going to ring Noel Gallagher, and Steven Seagal's going to be here. Seagal.
We never get Gallagher anymore.
Yeah, no, I spoke to him in a week. He said, why don't you ring? His phone's switched off. So, I know, I'll ring him up in a minute.
So this gym stick.
Why are you on about gym stick for?
I was in the car with you, and you're. Where's the gym stick? What's happened to the gym stick? Where's the gym stick?
The gym stick.
No one's ever heard of a gym
Matt,
stick.
The gym stick. Oh, the gym stick. The gym stick, right, is this thing. It's like a stick, and it's got two bits of like rubbery cable hanging off either end with stirrups.
You pervert.
And you put them over your tootsies.
Oh.
Then you hold on to the gym
Gets
stick
worse.
like a bar, such as you would in a gym. And then you sort of lift it above your head, and it's creating resistance.
So
also,
what was
it's
this big
creating
panic
a
on?
bit of a twerp. Well, because the gym stick got lost in transit. I've been under a lot of pressure.
Oh God.
Also, I've lost my bank card. Don't know where that's bloody gone either. If you
Well, that's handy on Comic Relief, isn't it? Lost my bank card. Otherwise, I'd be
have.
helping.
My season tickets is in there, my memberships, and it's a nice little wallet as well.
Your face is your wallet now.
Oh yeah, I just use that for when I want sank. Hello? Can I have a gym stick? Yeah, I know, the
Yeah,
gym
but why were
stick.
you so worried about it? It's sort of like you'd lost your lightsaber and you're a Jedi.
Where's my gym stick? Well, because you need that gym stick to get all fine fit. You know I'm on a rigorous regime. Can't have any carbohydrates after 3. Can't have any food at all after 8. It's hard. I've got
I
the
know,
gym
you've been
stick.
working very hard, haven't you?
Doing
Have
press-
people have been saying to you, haven't they?
That I look ever so muscular. Well,
We got an email actually saying, if you could if you see Russell, tell him he looks all big.
thank
Just
you.
come on, guys, work as a team.
Hey, now listen, come on. I'm doing some good work. Now, so the gym stick is simply a device to aid a lad like me in getting fit. It does
Has
feel...
it been found?
The gym stick's still at large. It could be anywhere. If you see what it's like, it looks like it's in a fishing rod sort of looking case, and it's got big ideas of itself. It's got tickets on itself, the gym
Really?
stick. It thinks it's the
Why has it
real
got its
deal.
own case?
Well, you know, that's the thing with a gym
Because it's
stick.
embarrassing
It's not really.
when you walk into a hotel on tour with your gym stick under your arm.
Hello, I've got my gym stick, my yoga mat. I look like a right little twerp checking into places I do. It's ridiculous. If you see my gym stick on my bank card, cover it back, please. I'm called Russell. Thanks. I got, here's an email. It goes, Vicky, she says, I'm called, and I'm from Bourneville. That's where chocolate's from. Cadbury, right? Do you know what they done, Matt? They goes, oh, bleeding hell, working... Well, they wouldn't have said it like this. They'd have said it like this. Working class people are drinking too much booze. We can trick them into drinking chocolate if we build all little chocolate villages. Remember at the beginning of chocolate Coronation Street, there used to be that chocolate street for chocolate family.
Yeah.
Well, that sort of used to exist a bit. They used to all for the yes, Matt,
This
yes.
is so ill-informed. 'cause
Chocolate.
I actually know about this.
Cadbury's used to build villages and make people drink chocolate. Bye.
No, they didn't. They had a factory and they
Yeah.
built... They had a town, and it's
Yeah.
called Bourneville.
Yeah, delicious.
And it's
I've never
not
ate
made
those
of
ones.
chocolate.
It's not made of chocolate. Well, I'm
It was
not
for
living
people
there then.
who worked in chocolate.
Right.
They built
Hold
a
on, so
village
someone
around the
who's-
factory.
They had a village and a factory.
Yeah. And there's a chocolate dog, and you can eat them, and they like it.
They don't mind. You lick it and it licks you right back. Anyway, this woman from Chocolate Town, Birmingham, goes...
Birmingham?
I don't know. Bourneville's near there. I was listening to your recent podcast and heard you talking to a man who wanted his footy mates not to wee on him any longer. This was some lad, I think he was called Anthony. His mates in the shower after football were weeing all over his legs. Obviously, he felt victimised by it. He asked us for advice. What did you suggest, Matt? Just get into it, sexualise it.
I said, don't go there.
Don't go anymore. Well, she says, I was watching a programme about digestion. It said if you eat beetroot for a week, then you will produce red wheeze. This will shock the hell out of your mates, and they won't wee on him again for fear of him weeing on them with his Red Sea. He. Vicky from Bourneville, Chocolate
that
Town.
can't be true, can it?
Can't be, but what if you do? If you elbow yourself really hard in the kidneys and liver, you will do red wheeze, and no one will want to mess with you ever again. This will never happen in my kingdom again. That's that little king out of Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. Someone I think about a lot.
You've got certain things that just lodged in your head. haven't
Yeah.
you? You always say that.
Cocoa Pops.
Cocoa
Terminator
Pops
2 and Ray Liotta.
Ray
That-
Liotta, yeah.
That is what I've built my personality around. Cocoa Pops, I think about that every day. Rather have a bowl of Cocoa Pops. I don't want no Cocoa Pops or any breakfast cereal.
Why do you keep saying it?
I don't know, I just like that little monkey. I think he's cool. And I like the way he was organising a race with the giraffes and how it must be difficult to administrate that.
Do you know the difference between reality and adverts?
Is this an advert now?
village. There was a race between giraffes.
Why did the giraffes agree to this race? What was the prize? Yeah, I do know the difference between reality. Reality is that one where I can't cuddle everybody unless I ask first. And then that one when I'm asleep, I can do what I like. When I'm asleep, I go into a film with me in it. Here is a letter off of Jenny explaining to us the complex international diplomatic situation in China that we've been making light of for a couple of weeks. So happy, says... Jenny, for our Tibetan brothers and sisters, that you've clearly stated the unfairness of the Chinese-Tibet situation. Mockery and ridicule are good weapons against the occupying Chinese foe who can't seemingly be fought any other way. Right, see, so we can laugh them out of Tibet. Just in case you don't already know, well, that's a good, fair assumption, because we don't know F all about Nank. The Dalai Lama and the Tibetan government, in exile, don't want independence from China. Oh, no! We've been trying to drive them out. I hope they weren't listening, and are seeking instead a meaningful autonomy. Right. China, give them a meaningful autonomy. This decision has been taken not because they don't want stroke deserve independence, but because the Chinese army is the largest in the world and the Tibetans are peace-loving, non-violent, unarmed Buddhist Tibetans and are seemingly without a friend in the world. Oh no, it's getting really complicated. When the Chinese President Hu Jintao visited the UK last year, Blair publicly feted him and sarcastically remarked that people could wear their Free Tibet t-shirts if they want. Thanks, mate, says this person. Except in 1999, when the Chinese last came, the Blair government had all peaceful pro-Tibet protesters carted off and roughed up by police. The Chinese must have felt right at home, they exclaimed. That's a bit of right-on comedy for you there, Matt.
Yes.
Right, so anyway, there's a lot of stuff here. It seems that what they want is meaningful.
Boring.
Give them meaningful autonomy. Don't leave yet until we've worked out a military solution to the problems of Tibet.
You never learn, do you?
What?
Don't
What
get
don't I
involved
learn?
in things you haven't read about.
I like to get involved, don't I? It's nice to be involved in things. Gives you something to think about. Now,
So what's our stance now?
What? Right. Give Tibet meaningful autonomy. I don't know what that means, but if they don't get it, by gum, you're going to see a dark side of me, China. And I've got military-style boots now,
Yes,
Matt.
I know. Really, don't do
If you
that.
want to hear them stomping through
control switches.
Beijing, then carry on the way you are, because I'm furious. Not since that shopping bag fella was in Tiananmen Square have you faced an adversary like us.
Are you going to wear those boots in Hawaii?
Yes, I am going to wear my big stompy boots in
Don't.
Hawaii. Why?
They don't really fit in here.
What would you have me do, Matt? Dress up as some nimble-footed ballerina, tippy-toeing
I
around?
used to have, like, beetle boots and cool shoes.
I wear those when I'm being me on the telly.
They look like calipers with the metal bits taken off.
Now, you've taken...
Nothing wrong with calipers.
Hold on, I'm not saying there's something wrong with calipers. Why are you saying there's something...
Some of us gave money to Comic Relief last night.
Where's that lad outside Woolworths? Always used to be there. He's gone now, and there was a girl
The
outside
blind boy with a
Woolworths.
slot in his head.
Him. Where's he gone?
He's still there.
Is he?
Just you're not down with the people anymore.
Oh yeah, I don't go Woolworths now, do I? What would I want with Woolworths?
What is going on around your house?
What?
Everyone's concerned it's turned into a shrine to you.
How's it?
People are.
What do you mean, a shrine?
It's the
What's
first of all, it
happened
was
at
just
my
over.
house?
It's all, you've got a harem of women around you telling you how good you are.
So what?
We're living in an overheated bubble of like it's all sort of formed from your madness.
What's wrong with
People
my...
carrying in flowers, people bringing their children to be blessed.
them kids are fit as fiddles now. The blind shall walk, the deaf shall listen.
What's going on? You've created this sort of little mini world
Yeah,
where there's loads of women working for you,
yeah,
bigging you up.
yeah. What's wrong with my mini world?
Bonkers.
I like it in there. It's not like
It's
the
like
real world where
Apocalypse
everyone
Now.
pinches you and squeezes you and makes you buy an underground ticket.
What are the rules around your shrine?
Around my shrine, go around in your pants.
No eye contact.
No eye contact, because that makes me have to think about myself and other people and death and stuff like that, what I don't like. And you can't have no carbs after 3. Other than that, it's pretty much a utopia. It's a glorious place, man. I don't know what problem you could have with my overheated self-shrine.
How big is your entourage now?
Well, I don't know. What did you... They ain't got another
PAs, housekeepers.
Yeah, stylists,
Life coaches.
makeup,
You've got two
trainers,
personal
yoga,
trainers.
2 personal trainers.
Do they know about each other, or are you just
They
cheating on
don't
one
let
with the
them-
other?
Don't let them find out.
There's
they
Jim
cover.
Ball guy and Jim Stick guy.
Jim Stick guy's named Mike. Steve, the Jim Ball guy. The stick and the ball can never cross like the streams in Ghostbusters. If those two meet, we're going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble. I have to keep one in the back. It's like every day of my life is like a bit of Terry and June. Oh, hello, Jim Ball guy. Can I take you straight through to the bedroom?
Is that a Jim Stick case? Then no, it's a fishing rod.
Oh yeah, I'm just going for a bit of fishing, not for exercise. God no, I do that to unwind after my exercise, which I very much enjoy with you.
How much exercise are you doing?
Hours of this stuff. I hate it. I'm exhausted. I feel sick at the end of it. Then I have to get up and show off. It's ridiculous. And barely have time to have it off these days.
That's the best exercise in many ways.
It is good, isn't it?
Not the way you do it.
Because if you...
Selfishly.
Now, listen, Matt, you're
I
absolutely
shan't be moving.
Now, you're very welcome to jump around, but there are some repeats of Only Fools and Horses on UK Gold. They're the ones with Leonard Pierce's granddaddy, and I'm very fond of those, so I'll be watching that. But you feel free to cause chaos on my midriff. Yeah, look, you've only saying that because you've seen me have it off, because you've been involved with threesomes. There.
Don't say that.
That'll learn ya.
My family listened to this. That was a long time ago when we were at school.
We weren't at school, we was grown adults.
I know, we
Well,
shouldn't
hope
have
we
gone
was.
there.
Someone you mucky devil. So, we've got loads of things to talk about. Steven Seagal's going to turn up here later. That's going to be really weird.
Is he? Is
isn't
there
it?
any news on him?
Well, apparently he called up from his hotel where he's staying. It's a hotel you'd predict he's staying in because it's got martial arts connotations, or at least a flavour of the East about the name of the hotel. He said he will come, but he needs certain conditions to be met. He needs special chairs, he needs to be polished, things like that. He's got all sorts of
dear.
curious
I
demands.
wonder if he's still buff.
He'll be buff, I would have thought. I mean, in them adverts that come on before the film starts down the cinema, he's taking an ironic look at himself.
Has
So
he?
yeah, so let's see what he's like.
He's cowboy agent. Not that that's
Not like, yeah,
he's
not
just
in a
dressed as a cowboy.
pejorative way. He literally was dressed as a cowboy. It's
He's-
like going, "Oh, your plumber's a right cowboy." Then he did come around wearing
Yeah.
spurs.
He said he doesn't get up before midday.
Why is that? What's
That's
he
not
doing?
very Buddhist or martial
He's
arty.
lazy. Buddhists aren't meant to be lazy. They're meant to acknowledge that life is struggling and meaningless transient illusion. Oh, what's the point? I'm staying in bed. Oh, go and watch Soccer AM. That's the wrong attitude. Right, hold on. So Noel Gallagher, we're going to ring him later. Can you do us a favour, please, and send us an email, russell.brand@bbc.co.uk, and leave your phone number on it, just because I'm looking at someone to have it off with, really. No, not really. russell.brand@bbc.co.uk, and send us your inquiries and your phone number, because the shows are pre-recorded at the moment. That's why there's bleeps all over Jonathan Ross's foul-mouthed, stinking your licence fee swear words that he just done. Right, so we're going to do some cry for helps where we help people with problems. That's coming up right away. Also, we're looking for titles for my autobiography, currently called My Bookie Book. Matt cynically
Ridiculous.
says that's not a good name for a bookie
This
book.
week he goes to me, I've got to go to Snappy Snaps. I can't believe what a stupid name they've got. I hate it. I have to say Snappy Snaps. I've got to say it on
What
Focus.
if there's a murder in there?
Yeah,
what
that's
if
what he
someone's
said.
murdered in Snappy
I said, I
Snaps?
don't
Am I
think-
going to phone the police and say there's been a murder in Snappy Snaps?
It'll have to be in the paper as Snappy Snaps, but it's ridiculous.
What
I
if
said to
someone
him,
does a whoopsie in the foyer? They'll have to say, I done a crappy crap in Snappy Snap. I was happy slapped by a crappy crap in Snappy Snaps. It could go on.
Yes, well, that's what he was saying.
I was saying it.
And I said, well, you're trying to call your book My Bookie Book.
So what? That's different. It's not a place.
Yeah, but if you had your own photo place, you'd call it Snappy Snaps. That's the point. And so you can't rant
Thinking
about
about it, yes, I would.
it. Or you call it Russell's Big Photo Place.
Picky Wiki! Picky Wiki! I call it, you know when you were standing over there, we've frozen that now on a bit of paper, here it is. I'd call it that.
Oh, God.
I wouldn't.
That business is never going to work out.
My business interests are second to none. We're going to get Duncan Bannatyne in here in a minute.
Bannatyne!
Bannatyne! All right, if it makes you happy. If Seagal don't turn up, I want Bannatyne. That's the next choice. Can we have Steven Seagal, please? Oh, unfortunately, he's busy. Oh, that's a shame. Can we get Douglas Bannatyne? You'd never say that. That's in a
What's
different
going on with
category.
your merchandise talking about business?
What's wrong with my merchandise
Well, I'm
schemes?
just wondering how it's shifting units wise.
Shifting a lot of units, mate. I mean, obviously, I don't pay too much interest because I don't want to come across like I'm all care about money too
what
much.
a lie. I bet
What do you mean?
I bet you're on the phone every morning from your shrine.
Okay, followers, that's enough for today. Leave me alone now, I must pray.
What's going on about my knickers? I sell knickers with my face on.
What
How many
about I
units
sell
have we
more?
shifted? Shift
Yeah.
more.
Shift more units. Here, hold on though. Do you remember when Tesco sold knickers with people's faces on? Me, Timberlake,
You cling to
Hitler.
this, don't you?
Who sold the most? Oh, Russ. That's who. By 4-1 outselling Timberlake.
He's got this all stitched onto a quilt at his shrine.
Once upon a time, they were selling knickers at Tesco's. And our dear leader outsold everyone.
Will you stop undermining my precious cult? Now, here is a letter from Gemma Barker. She sent down a computer. She goes, I think you should call your book... Oh, no, she doesn't agree with Bookie Book. She says, call it Russell Brand, Wine Gums, Envy and Pieces of Rainbow. That's out of something me and Noel Fielding said when we was on that quiz of the year. Me and Noel Fielding doing that thing soon our ball. Think all tickets are sold out. If they ain't, why don't you come? Or just turn up, see if you can get in using tricks. Another person called Chris and Laura, that's a weird name, says, call your book Branded for Life. All right, I could do. Another person says, call it my bookie wookie. Well, fair enough. That's Lindsay McFarlane. So there's some suggestions. People are quite keen. Now, we've got to do something important now, Matt. So I'm going to expect you not to be childish, because we've got to do something that is about putting your fingers up inside your own anus. Now, that is because it is Prostate Cancer Awareness Week. Takes place from the 19th to the 25th of March. Now, fortunately, I'm someone who's scarcely out of there.
Yeah, it's really good that check chimes with your hobbies.
It's giving perfect confidence. I only hope that next week is what be self-indulgent week and build a shrine to yourself and live in it week. Treating prostate cancer, questions and answers.
Who's given you this to handle?
Look, mate. I've
This
done
is a
comic relief.
mistake.
I can handle serious matters if
Come on
you
then,
like.
carry on.
Right, well, watch me handle it all seriously. Firstly, my mum had cancer a lot when I was growing up, which I never try and make capital out of. So I'm very sensitive to issues like cancer. Prostate Cancer Awareness Week. Be aware of it. I'd like to draw your attention, says Holly Hall, PR executive for Prostate Cancer Research, to Prostate Cancer Awareness Week, and ask you to give it a mention on your programme to a friend or to a family member. Well, once it's on the radio, you might as well say it to everyone. So
She doesn't think much of our listener
Pete,
base.
how this? Why? What do you mean?
You know, she's using our radio programme to talk to a friend.
Yeah, we'd just use a CB if it was for that. We'd loads of people listen. Over 30,000 men are diagnosed with prostate cancer every year in the UK, and it kills 10,000. These numbers are similar to breast cancer. However, the awareness levels of the two diseases are very different and need to be changed. Right, come on, let's not cheat it. Now, if you have got, just stick your fingers up.
Doesn't
your
it
bum,
affect
it's all I'm
older
saying.
men, though, prostate cancer?
Hold on, let's find out.
Find out.
A man is diagnosed with prostate cancer every 3 minutes. Therefore, it's very likely you will know someone who has the disease. And due to it being a taboo subject, you're unlikely to know about it. All this information conforms to it being Matt. Matt, you almost certainly
You've got me.
The Prostate Cancer Research Centre offers a free information booklet treating prostate cancer, questions and answers. Many wives have requested this for their husbands, mothers and sons and daughters have done it for their dads. It's easy to read and describes different treatments. Prostate cancer needs to be talked about, so more cases can be caught early, so you
What
get
are
a
the
better chance of
symptoms?
survival.
You just have to check.
They're a little yellow family. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yeah. Right, the symptoms are...
You flounder on your own joke.
What is prostate cancer? Your body is made up of millions of cells which continually renew themselves.
Yeah,
Where is the
yeah.
prostate? It's a gland found only in men just below the bladder. Wait, I wonder if that's that thing where it's quite nice, you know, during the old what's name, to have a bit of how's your father. I hope that don't trouble it.
Is this all in the book?
Yeah.
They should have checked these
This is
facts.
mucky.
We need to deal with this. We can't just leave that hanging.
Hold
in the
on,
air.
we'll get to it.
We've actually done less for prostate cancer.
No, we ain't, mate, 'cause we're making people aware of it. Oi,
Yeah, but we're
be aware of
confusing
it.
them. Put your fingers up your bum.
Put your fingers at your bum.
know why.
Give us a cuddle. Smell it. Difficulty or pain in passing urine. Right. Having to rush to the toilet to pass urine. That's Matt. Frequent
That's only because
visits
I've got
to
to
the
get back before
toilet.
the song ends.
Frequent visits to the toilet, especially at night. I do that. Starting and stopping while urinating. Well, sometimes I do that. I thought
do
that
it
was
to
a
liven
test.
it up.
Liven it up a bit. Plus, I thought it'd be good at holding in ejaculation.
Oh.
Well, why not? Come on, spice up your life. Dribbling urine. Well, frankly, you shouldn't put it in your mouth. If you're filling your cheeks with urine, prostate cancer ain't the problem. The problem is you're a massive perv, you sexy devils. A feeling of not having emptied the bladder fully. I get that.
I know, you're always going on about it.
Oh, no. The irony. I'll be dead within the week. No, I won't, because I'll do the test. Now, get your fingers straight up your Harris. Seems to be the general gist. There's surely a website so that we can feel unburdened. Oh, come on, website. Matt.
People in power are now thinking, never give Russell anything serious to do.
No, they're not, because I'm making it accessible to idiots.
Look at you ratting through that leaflet. Where's the website?
I can't find no website, but if you Google prostate cancer and stuff like that, be aware of what goes on up your own bum. Now, so send us send us an email, russell.brand@bbc.co.uk. Remember to include your phone number so we can contact you. Now, someone else with a problem has idiotically contacted us, knowing, as they must, that we really can't help them. This person is called Andy. Andy, are you there, mate? Andy!
Sorry. Just
What
had
are you
my
doing?
finger up my bum. Hold on.
You dirty devil, you weren't even checking for prostate cancer, were you? I bet you were just trying to make time pass quickly. Well, how's it going, mate?
Yeah, good. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hello.
We're all very well in here. We've got quite a posse. Oh, a little person. Who's that?
That's my little girl saying hello.
How old's she?
Hello, it's Russell.
Give us her. Oh, hello, darling. You all right? Now I feel
Is it all
guilty
right,
about
Russell?
saying
I
it.
like you. I like you.
Oh,
I don't
like
love
her.
you.
You want to see Russell? Hold on.
Oh, I could give her a little kiss. Hello, darling, you all right? You a good girl? Oh, Christ, what's happened to her?
Hello.
Oh,
That's
little
all you'll
person.
get.
I like to give her a cuddle. How old's she? How old's your
She's
daughter?
2.5.
Oh, 2.5. Let's have children.
Cute.
Don't look at me like that. We're not a couple.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Neither of us has got a womb, but we could get one off another country or something. Now then, what seems to be the trouble, Andy?
Right, well, what it is that I've been given the honour of bestest of men at a wedding, my mate's wedding.
Right.
And with that poison chalice comes the speech.
speech.
Which
Speech.
needs to be witty, needs to be entertaining,
Yep.
and you guys being the Cape Crusaders of wit and the written word, I need help. I need gags.
Right, we can help you. Firstly, when is this bloody wedding?
It's in April, so I've got a month to go.
Month of prep. Okay, well, you've got to be very warm and engaging and honest. Matt's got some
Anecdotes.
tips.
You need anecdotes.
Yeah, tell
Yeah.
You need to interview his family. You need to get the facts on this guy.
Get the facts on him. Yeah, firstly, you need to make a list of anecdotes and interesting facts about him. Tell us a few. Let's get the ball rolling. Tell us some. Who is it that's getting married?
His name's Steve, and he's marrying Rona, and
Yeah.
what can I say? It's
Think of anything he's done. Something embarrassing.
so embarrassing. That's a tricky thing, 'cause he's a straight guy, and he doesn't really do much embarrassing stuff.
Doesn't he? Let's dig a little
no.
deeper.
Make stuff up.
Tell some
And
lies.
of course, all the anecdotes involve ex-girlfriends years and years ago, which
yeah,
is
can't do
a
that.
no-no.
You mustn't do that because that might undermine the whole wedding.
What about the stag
Yeah.
do? Has the stag do happened yet?
Hasn't happened yet. No,
Right.
It's going to be
Something will
in a
happen.
couple of weeks.
What are you planning?
I don't know. Yeah, I think we'd probably go up and do the Snow Dome up in.
Do the snow
Actually, not
dome.
what to say, 'cause
What's
he
that
might- he might
dance
listen to this, I'm not allowed
sensation?
to say.
Do the snow dome. It's a dance sensation. Do the snow dome. It's sweeping the nation. Do the snow dome. Show us your boobs. Do the snow dome. Don't be so rude. It's the snow dome. Snow dome. Snow dome. What is a snow dome?
I have no idea.
Well, don't go then. I think that's one of them things where you
It's
shake it and
indoor.
snow happens.
they all go in
It's
there.
a big one of them.
A great big one of them. That's going to be
There's a bouncy
stupid.
castle inside it, and you jump up and down. I think.
Be careful in bouncy castles, mate. A lot of things can go wrong in there. What's your daughter up to? She's gone mental.
Sorry, mate.
What's up with your daughter? She's gone balmy. She's
She
high on
is
life.
bonkers. Yeah, Evie. Thank you, sweetie.
Ah, people living their
Leave-
domestic
put a locker
lives.
in the room.
It's not like that round at the shrine, let me tell you,
No
mate.
way. Wouldn't have that, would you?
No way. She'd be thrown out of the cult for them kind of antics. There might have to be a sacrifice. No, there wouldn't. We don't sacrifice children in the cult. Not yet. At the moment, it's still early days. Right. Well, listen. We need the raw materials, Andy. You've got to
Yeah.
think of things. How long have you been mates with him?
About 20 years.
Right, 20 years. There's got to be
20
things.
years and
What was he
nothing's
like at
happened?
school? Yeah, if nothing's happened in 20 years, he's obviously some sort
Don't
of
go to
zen-
the wedding.
Don't go. It'd be boring.
Poor old Rona.
Poor Rona. Yeah, what's she
Got to
doing?
marry a statue.
She may as well. She'll be doing prostate tests just to get the evening to go by with a bang. Oh, come
God,
on.
who gave
That's
him a
what I gave
leaflet
everybody
about
to
that?
do.
Yeah, listen, right, now, you need to tell us some things that you've done. Think about those things, list them
Right.
down, then connect them all together. I'll tell you one thing that's a good idea, is to write a poem, right? Because poems
Yeah.
increase humour somehow. G will tell you this.
What?
You can get away with murder in a poem, then stand-up comedy, you just wouldn't get away with. People like to hear things
Rhymes.
rhyme, don't they?
Do they?
Of
Like
course they
limerick.
do. Yeah, say, if you go, it's difficult to be Steve's best man. I've been trying as hard as I can. I was
do this.
nervous about the speech. I had to get plastered because there's nothing to write because he's a boring bastard. Right? That's just the kick-off. Something like that. People like that would get more laughs than just saying he's a boring bastard.
Yeah,
so
maybe.
try a little poem. But the first thing is to acquire and accumulate facts.
Don't deliver it in that
I
sort
need
of
that
Robbie
opening
Williams
gag,
rap.
don't I? Something to get them all roaring at
I
the
don't
beginning.
want to rock, DJ. Hey, I like hippity hops.
It's my best man speech. Everyone down. Yeah.
It's the best man speech in town. Yeah, because then you might make yourself die of shame for embarrassment.
Because once you've started and committed to it, and everyone's going, "What's he doing?
What's he doing? He's doing a song. He's ruined the wedding. He's
wet
ruined
himself.
the He's drunk. Get him out of here. He's doing a self-exam at a time like this. What's wrong with these people? Yeah, so get them facts. Do a poem. Mr. G, Mike, should he do a poem, G?
Yeah, I've done a poem for a wedding before.
You've done a best man poem. How did it go?
It went very, very well. I got a lot of female attention.
You've got female attention. Andy, you've probably married, because you've got that baby Evie scuttling
Yeah,
around.
yes, yeah. It's happened to me.
Still with her mum?
Yeah, that's cool.
Good!
Thank God for that.
Don't depress us. Trying to keep upbeat. Right, all right then, mate. So that is the advice that we've given you. Thank you very
Thank
much
you
for
very
your call, Andy. Do let us know how it went. Oh, say help in that voice.
Help!
Nice. You did a sort of a scratch version there. It's a Beastie Boys help. All right, mate. Well, thank you very much. Take care. Good luck. Let us know how it
Thanks,
goes,
guys.
mate. Give Evie a kiss. Bye.
Do you reckon when he said...
Russ,
Yeah,
before
what?
I go, you should call your books. The books they wouldn't let me call the bookie work.
The book they wouldn't
That's
let me
good.
call the bookie work. Clever. It's another
That's
layer.
clever.
Nice work, Andy. Thank you very much. Good.
See you
yes.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Post-structured.
Cheers, Andy.
Bye, Andy. Bye. Love you. Love you. Yeah, so he's a nice fella, isn't he?
Do you reckon when he went, help, his daughter turned round and for a moment thought, what's wrong with
Something's
Daddy?
wrong. I know that brilliant thing that happened with them punks. Do you remember that, Matt? Have we
it's
told
brilliant,
this?
wasn't it? We've told this before.
Have we told on the radio?
Yes.
All right, we won't tell you then. It was good though. Listen to Russell Brand on Radio 2. Now, there's a few issues that we talked about last week that I wanted to clear up with you, Matt, and everyone who's listening, as a matter of fact. This one's from Rick. He loves the show, he says, regarding Mr. Wimpy, because last week we were talking about Mr.
Yes.
Wimpy because a woman phoned us. She's got a phobia about people that wear those outside costumes, such as you might discover at Disneyland or other theme parks, or in Wimpy restaurants. Remember when we were children, you have a pie at Wimpy, then Mr. Wimpy turns up. But as we pointed out last week, he'd got no eyes, and he's just got a big boiled
big
potato nose, and he sort of lumbers up to you, all silent and mewling, great big boffin. What do you think that things like that are called, Matt? You think they're called something like a gnuff or something?
What on earth are you talking
You
about?
said, remember, there was that girl we used to know, and you go, she should be called a gnome or a... what was your thought of some word?
I can't
And
remember.
it sounded like a Fraggly type word. Who were them big idiots that lived with the Fraggles? Do you remember them guys?
Yeah.
There was the Doozers. They were all right.
Dozers.
Dozers. They were getting their works done.
Gorgs.
Gorgs, they were the big ones, were they? Rick, Matt's mate from Dartford just went, Gorgs, yeah, Gorgs, they was called. I hated them, they was mugs. Right, yeah, them. I didn't like them.
They were all right, because there was a rubbish heap that had a voice.
Yeah, she was wise.
Mummy, I got a Fraggle.
Hey, I'm a trash heap. The trash heap was
That's
all
your
wise.
Courtney Love voice.
I love Courtney.
I know, but you do that voice for her.
Hey, Russell. She talks like that more.
Hey, man.
I don't have a voice for her. Come on, don't rip her. She's sensitive. Right. Now, listen, regarding Mr. Wimpy, when I was a child, I went to a birthday party at Wimpy's, says Rick, and he abused us too. Not like that, I don't think. Which certainly should elicit laughter. He was supposedly dancing, but he seemed to be using this dance as an excuse to kick children. Hey, I'm just dancing. I'm dancing. Kicking children. What kind of crazy river dance was he doing? Going around the restaurant booting kids.
You wouldn't get that from the Chinese Ronald McDonald.
Of course you wouldn't. It'd be gentle soul, and he might occupy Tibet, but we don't know enough about it yet. The birthday boy's little sister ended up crying and was one of 3 people who ended up with bruised shins. This is like a litany of people's injuries and that. Towards the end of the party, we were all fed up with his antics and decided to throw all the leftover food at him. He couldn't handle the taste of his own medicine and left rather quickly. I'm glad he's not around anymore.
I bet Mr. Wimpy didn't have the shoes weren't consistent with the costume, but he
Yeah.
just had his grubby little trainers.
Gola trainers. I reckon maybe they were like kickboxing boots, like they sort of hooked over, but the soles were not interconnected,
Yeah.
and then you could see the actual
Yes.
feet
Yeah.
skinning around underneath.
So they look like big beefeater boots, but
Yeah.
underneath there's
They
the
were just-
horrible truth.
Scuttly little like black plimp soles from PE, all tight and gnawed. Here's one from M. She was talking about the girl herself. You know, the girl, she was going to Euro Disney for to celebrate her engagement or something. Wasn't she, that bird we spoke to last week? I can't quite remember. If that girl does go to Euro Disney, she'd better watch her back. Bloody hell, it's a threat. I went to Universal Studios and some guy dressed up as the Green Goblin came pegging it out of nowhere and scared the living SHIT, pegging it out of me. I was quite shaken up and nearly wet myself. Emma from Liverpool. That's a bit worrying, actually, isn't it?
The Green Goblin.
Yeah, he's an enemy of Spider-Man.
Couldn't take him seriously because he wore a skirt with little green legs. And he stood on a hoverboard.
You're always sexualising
I
people.
was sexualising it. You sexualised the Incredible Hulk. Said these boobs turned you on.
They were lovely.
We're going to talk
When
about green monsters.
in the break, when you go "Rrrr," like that, and you clench his knockers together, I used to think, I would like you when you're angry. I'll give you the cuddling of your lifetime.
That's
And-
not what you're meant to think as a little boy watching the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, I was too sexualised when I was a kid. I should
Yeah.
never read all that porn around my dad's house when I was about 4, every single week after week. 'Cause Playboy has got
I
cartoon
like the way you read
porn.
it. You didn't just look at it.
I did read it. I used to until I was a much older man, if I got porno mags, I'd go straight to the stories. I found them more
I
stimulating.
didn't like the way they moved the story. They were so deprioritised. They
What
would
do you
go
mean
turn to page
deprioritised?
11, then
Yeah.
you get another bit of the story.
They
then
were
go
deprioritised. Then you have to go to the
get to-
turn to page 43.
No.
Yeah, they were not properly.
You couldn't just
the
read it
edit-
in one go. It was. I mean, you're doing it one-handed.
As it is about spreading it across a load of pages. They should make it easy for
Yeah.
you, shouldn't they? Yeah, you're quite right. But a lot of them stories, I think, was made up, and the letters.
Of course, because they're all written in the same style. I used to
Yeah.
think, hang on, everyone who sends these in uses the same words.
Same words, same style, same.
Girth.
Yeah, girth, that was a popular one, wasn't it? But they stayed with me and gave me unrealistic expectations of sex, which
Yeah.
I've had to work very hard to make realistic.
I think as young lads, the more cultured people, they sort of read the stories.
I
didn't they?
did.
They used to go, oh, I just read the stories, actually.
Actually, I just read the articles in Playboy. You know, the one where it talks about bumming? And apparently this lady went on a skiing holiday and with the instructor, and there was some bumming happened. It's very informative.
Brilliant article, actually.
On the piece, they called it.
Dear Matt and Russ, as a girl, says Cheryl in Albuquerque, America. Yeah? Imagine that, Americans listening. Albuquerque. I met a guy from Albuquerque. He looked like he had a hangdog face. He looked a bit like Droopy.
Very happy.
That's him. A girl in America who used to wear Wonder Woman underoos, as a girl in America, and who used to wear Wonder Woman under.
Come on, Russ, you can do
underoos
this.
And watch Linda Carter religiously. What do we mean? I'm shocked and appalled at your blatant ignorance of female superheroes of the League of Justice. I demand you educate yourselves at once. First, we go blundering into the China and Tibet issue, and now this about Wonder Woman. Matt, in emboldened letters. The cuffs that repel bullets are the most, not the least realistic thing about her powers. Think of titanium. Ooh, Matthew. Russell, it's not a whip, it's a lasso. And every woman yearns to make men tell the truth. What a power that would be if Wonder Woman could use her lasso on world leaders. What a world we could live in.
What is a lasso of truth?
I suppose so. You throw that lasso around it and then they tell the truth. That's mad!
Rubbish. How can you do it if you're on the phone to someone?
What do you mean?
You
She's
can't
on
lasso-
the phone.
yeah, she's on the phone to someone. She's a superhero. She can't make them tell
Yeah,
the
but
truth.
Superman can't use his
I'm
beaming
coming
eyes.
round and then
With the
put a
lasso.
lasso through the window.
You better prepare to tell the truth because the lasso could be there any minute now. And don't try and shoot me either because I've got my cuffs on. And what about Tony Blair last night, Matt, on that good sketch with Catherine Tate, the brilliant Catherine
Yeah.
Tate. But weren't he bloody, like, he's good at
Very good
acting,
at
wasn't he?
acting.
Very good at acting in a way that makes you think, well, the whole government's an absolute sham. We definitely shouldn't have got involved with that war. He's lying brilliantly every day of his life. It don't bother him a jot. He shouldn't have done that, should he?
He's brilliant. He was a pop star once, wasn't he?
But when was he? Oh yeah, he used to be in Ugly Rumours.
Ugly Rumours.
Do you think that Tony Blair just has the same driving motivational will to power that I have?
Ego.
Just thinks I want to be
Ego.
powerful.
Yeah.
Right.
He tried being a rock star.
Didn't work.
Didn't work. Was a politician for a bit.
Didn't work. This is cause a great big silly unnecessary war. So what shall we do then? Can we start a political party?
No.
Please!
You've got a shrine. What more do you want?
A bigger shrine that covers countries. So, all right then, yeah. So we're against old Tony Blair doing that a bit, aren't we?
No.
I reckon he's probably a nice bloke, Tony Blair. He'd probably get on with him, but I do think that's not a
I
good
don't
enough
trust his
justification
eyes.
for crazy wars. Why in pictures of him in newspapers is one eye always depicted as much bigger than the other? Has he got one? Because like if you see in The
What?
Guardian, which I read, when there's
you
drawing,
write for?
I write for it, don't I? Yeah, read that. It's good. Right, there's whenever there's a drawing of Tony Blair, they do him with one eye big and one eye little. I don't get it. Always.
Just to make him look, it's
Demonic and mental.
yeah, I don't think it's a reference to his real face.
Because I've been studying
Why
it.
don't you go to his real face and look at it?
I've been looking at it. I can't get no answers there, Matt, so I've come to you and you spurn me. Now, why is it that there was some lad at your school, you smashed his head on a desk and made his eyes wonky? That's what I want to know the truth about. Let's
I
start.
didn't. I threw a bag out of a window.
Yes.
Richard. Oh no, I can't say his name.
Say a make-up name. Richard McGinty.
That's him.
Yeah.
I threw a bag
Yeah.
and by accident hit him on the head. Right. And he
Right.
was-
Well, hold on. Accident.
No, I was throwing a bag out of a window.
Oh, yeah. You're just doing your bag throwing duties. Matt, the diligent bag thrower of Form 4, was just carrying out his throwing bags out of windows duties. Why are we throwing bags out of windows?
Because I can't remember
Sexist!
why, but it was a physics lesson, and
Right.
we had to do.
You were bullying someone, was
No,
you?
I
You bully boy.
wasn't.
You're
No.
a bully boy.
I can't remember what we were doing, but I threw a bag at a window.
At a window.
Look, don't grill me on this. You're not the cops.
You don't be jabbing that index finger at me, mate. Get it up your Harris and check for your prostate.
I'm
which,
all right.
if there's any justice in the world, will be flaring right up now as punishment for your
I
bully
didn't do
boy
anything.
tactics.
No, what happened was I threw a bag. It hit someone on the head.
Yeah, then what happened?
But he was one of those people who had a wonky face and always did.
One of those people. Oh yeah, the wonky face gang. Yeah.
But anyway, he had a bit of a wonky face, and that was just like you just knew that he had a wonky face.
Yeah.
Right?
Then
And
you went into the bathroom.
No,
To try
you
and
don't have a
dampen
bathroom
down.
at school. Probably did at drama school. It's probably
on.
a set.
Let's go to the parlour. you.
Let me get my story
Go
out
on,
before
then.
you start grilling me. And then I threw a bag, and then he went, oh God, I think it's hurt my eye.
Right.
Went to the toilets.
Looking
I
in
went
the
with
mirror.
him because, you don't want him to go and grass you up.
Exactly, so you was trying to damp down the fires, weren't you? Going, oh, I'll come with you, Richard McGinty. I was just doing that bag as an experiment, trying to absorb up his tears and make him laugh, like when you bullied your little brother as a kid who hero worshipped you.
Stop going on about things like that. It's making me out to be a bad man.
How you are, you're a bad
You've
guy.
got a shrine to yourself.
So what? I deserve that shrine. Let's go to the news and then
Hang
we'll...
on, I've got to finish this story.
Nope, it comes out. Go on then,
Yeah,
quickly.
then he went to the toilets and saw
Yeah.
himself in the mirror and sort of had this epiphany where he realised he had a wonky face and thought it was because the bag had hit him. He goes, my eyes, one of them's higher than the others.
But they'd always been wonky.
Other. Yeah, he had a wonky face, but he'd never noticed it.
He'd never
until
noticed it
then.
until that
and then
day.
he blamed me for it.
Do you reckon he had always noticed it before? Hold on, here's an opportunity for me to pass this wonky
No,
face off.
he's
as
just
Matt
sort of never
Morgan's
really
doing.
looked at himself in the mirror.
Oh, poor
I've got
sod.
one eye higher than the other.
A lot of people do. I won't worry about it. I think it's nice. Now listen, let's go
Hang
to...
on, why didn't you deny that and say no, you haven't?
Because you have.
Oh,
now, right, we're going to have some newsy poosy now. Now, Andrea Simmons, often she is errant in our absence and don't do our bidding.
Say wonky face.
Say wonky face and also say Jonathan Ross is a swearing sex criminal. Steven Seagal is letting us down because he's going the Millennium Dome because he thinks that it's really near his hotel when it's the other side of London. So Steven Seagal won't be coming here, so let's try and get his agent on the phone and say what the hell is going on.
Why won't he? What, he's going to the...
I don't know, he's going there to look at a location or kick a door in or something. I don't know what he's up to.
He's a madman.
We can't trust Steven Seagal. He's no telling what he'll do next. He might come in here, kung fu chop you in the leg, and then who knows what
He
he'll
can
do
try,
next.
mate.
You can try. Well, you do your Krav Maga.
I'll do
You could have
martial
spoke to him
arts.
about that, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You could have spoke
I
to
wouldn't have done, though. I don't.
I'd have bought it up, though.
I keep it secret.
I'd have bought it up. I'd have gone, Matt likes to do karate on people's necks and that, don't you?
Yeah, well, I'd tell him about your gym stick.
He would be familiar with the gym stick.
use a gym stick.
The gym stick is one of the noblest arts. Since time immemorial, man and gym stick have been in perfect harmony.
So, there's some important things to say about. Oh yeah, it'd be good, don't it? Let's get his agent on the radio, right, and go. Stephen can't come. You know, oh no, he's busy. Go. Can we have Duncan Bannatyne then? You know, that seems like the next obvious point on that
I
journey.
wonder who else he's got. I mean,
Yeah, let's go for his old client.
what's the next step down from that?
I reckon Suzanne Mitzi for the Page 3 girl, or like
Better than Duncan.
Edwina Curry, like
What happened to her?
Tony Martin, Norwich farmer turned renegade shooter of trespassers. We can get you Tony Martin. I don't know about him. He's a bit of a loose cannon. So we've got some important things to say, right? We'll be talking to Noel a bit later, unless he's gone off to the Millennium Dome. There's nothing in the Millennium Dome. What's he going there for? It's weird, isn't it?
What is in
really?
there, actually?
Nothing.
That
They're
is
gonna
a
turn it
big
into a
waste of
casino.
space.
It was a stupid idea, wasn't it? It was folly.
They could use that to be something really good.
Big-
Snow Dome. They could have Snow Dome
Could
in
have a
London.
snow dome there, or a great big life-size Subbuteo.
You're obsessed with Subbuteo,
I am a
aren't
bit. Yeah, I like it.
you? Do you
but
ever
apparently-
still play it?
No, I ain't got my bits. They're up in the loft. I can get them down though if you want. I was good at that. It's the only thing I was ever
rubbish,
good at.
Subbuteo. You hold the little man.
You don't hold him, mate. If that's against the rule, you'd be penalised for that. You have to flick him. You need 2 fingers rooted to the mat at all times.
Really?
Yeah, they've changed back to the paper men now. They don't have the plastic ones. I was good, right? Because when I was little, they were all white, all the players. So I had to make some black to correspond with the actual racial demographic of the team. And blonde ones I remember most are Kerry Dixon of Chelsea Chelsea and Frank McAvenny of West Ham had to have little blonde haircuts painted in.
Really?
I was a lonely
I think you were
boy.
focusing on the wrong things.
What should I have been doing? My social skills or something?
Did you have to write their names on their backs?
No, you just stick the number, because they didn't have names on their backs in them days. They just a number would suffice. Just was numbers 1 to 11. Good, traditional. You knew where you was. 9 and 10 up front. 7 and 11
Can't
on the
wait
wings.
for your
5
book
and
to
6
come out.
centre backs.
It'll be brilliant.
There's a couple of chapters on Subbuteo.
Subbuteo, heroin.
Yeah, I was doing some Subbuteo today. I've just found this brown powder that makes Subbuteo not matter no more. Someone has sent us this thing. It's Alicia. No, that's the person. But the thing is a tattoo. Alicia, I finally saved up the money to fly over at the end of last year to see a show from Australia. Blah, blah, blah,
Blimey,
blah,
she
blah.
came
Where's
from
the
Australia?
tattoo? Well, this isn't a tattoo one. What's this? I don't know what she's saying. Look, this woman who's flown over here from Australia has had sighting, like one of the things I say, tattooed on her wrist. Let's put it up on the
God.
website. The thing is, I don't say it that much now.
Well, you better start again.
I will. Now someone's had it tattooed. I didn't realise it had caught on. Sighting that my catchphrase has caught on and been tattooed on people's wrists. Nice to have people to face their bodies with
She'll
my
turn that into something
sayings.
else. Some
No,
other
leave it.
catchphrase will come out.
No, let's leave it at that. That's nice.
I
Sighting.
know, we're not in control of what she has on her body.
We are, because we made her do that. Let's make her do other stuff. Why don't you come here? No, hold on. No, yeah, all right. No, sighted, that's a nice little catchphrase. Well done, love.
On the BBC.
Sorry, I don't mean to be a sexist, it's my childhood. Now, there's something important. Oh, yeah, now come on, we've been #1 podcast for ages and ages. When are we doing the ice cream van? It's hot out now.
Don't shout at me. You're the one who's in charge of it.
Mikey's fault. It's Mikey. He's meant to be in
Do you
charge.
know
of
what,
it.
Mikey?
Mikey and Chris. Mikey, I think he's not a fully professional. Why is he not in already organised this ice cream trip?
Because-
Has he done anything else unprofessional? One, he's not arranged our ice cream van trip to celebrate us being the #1 podcast in the country.
He lost Segal.
He lost Segal. That's 2 crimes. Segal's gone. Where's the ice cream van? Mikey's unprofessional. Is there any other evidence, Matt, that Mikey has been unprofessional?
Well, I did get a text message.
Oh, a text
actually,
you say? What did it say,
what
this
day
text
was that? Was
message?
it Friday, I think? Or
Yeah.
Thursday? I can't remember.
One of
Saying,
those days.
Oh, how random. Do you remember Victoria Churchill?
Oh, Victoria Churchill, yeah.
The
She was
burlesque
a
dancer.
burlesque dancer that cried for help on our show, asking for advice for her burlesque dancer persona. Me and Matt suggested that she become Victoria Churchill, the wartime dancer.
Yeah.
What was it? Passion without ration.
Something
Don't
like
ration the passion.
Don't ration
that
the
was
passion.
The catchphrase,
Sort of
Victoria
World War
Churchill.
II themed burlesque.
World
All
War
very
II
good.
themed burlesque. Well, that we thought was the end of it.
Well, we thought so.
We dealt with it in a professional manner. We gave her the advice. We put the matter to one side. What happened next,
I
Matt?
get a text from Mikey.
Mikey, who works for the BBC, yeah.
Saying, "Oh, how random!
Oh.
I'm here at the Working Men's Club in Bethnal Green,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's
Who are
Victoria
you, Jack
Churchill."
McVie?
He said, "Oh, Victoria Churchill's on stage," and I was like, "Oh, wow, that's amazing! That's
what
really random."
coincidence.
Is that completely random, or did you know she was going to be on? Oh, she texted me and told me to come
Oh,
along.
she texted. I wonder if there'll be
So-
any more of these eerie coincidences. I think we can expect a text from Mikey, who works for the BBC as an assistant producer over the next few weeks. Oh, how random! Victoria Churchill's in my bed. Oh, how random! The girl that phoned up once with grey pubic hairs is pregnant now with my baby. Oh, how random! I've been
Tattoo girl.
stealing licence payers' money to set up my own Mikey's Dinkle sex service. Why don't you set up that ice cream van, Mikey, so you can have it off with listeners in the back while me and Matt Morgan toil for the BBC. We've been working for comic relief while you've been fiddling with yourself in a Bethnal Green Workings Men Club. Irony of it is he don't even do no bloody work. He shouldn't be allowed in there,
No.
should he? Disgusting. What happened? Did he tell you any more info?
He sent me a photo.
He sent a photo, so he's taking photographs of her.
He was sitting, in the front row, taking photos of her, leering.
Unbelievable. Leering, probably
Swilling his
touching
beer.
her, gargling his beer,
Yeah.
probably spitting into a spittoon. Oh, he's coming into the room. Mikey,
Mikey, what
you're
have you
going to
got to say?
justify yourself? Just shook his head.
Shook his little head.
Mikey, don't do your prostate examinations now. Wait till you get home. Dirty
Hopping
little
off,
devil.
there he is.
Off he goes.
Like
Right.
his own little hand puppet.
Oh, look, this is what Mikey just thrust into my fist with his clammy little palm. This is a message from Vicky Churchill, the burlesque dancer. Hello, Mikey. I spoke to Julie, the photographer. This is like private. We don't know anything that's going on. Hello, Mikey. I spoke to Julie, the photographer on Thursday evening. She will mail me some photos to pass on Tuesday. She emailed this flyer for the male tournament. What's going on?
Male tournament?
Now, how's about you get yourselves down and perform all in the name of research? I think Matt and Russell should do a double act. All the best, Vicky Churchill. It'll be a cold day in hell.
She's turning into Seagal's agent.
She ain't working for Seagal. Oh, what do you mean?
She's Russell and Matt can do a double
Hey,
act.
why don't you come down here? I can get you Douglas Bannatyne and Tony Martin do some mud wrestling.
Listen, so Mikey's a right little disgrace to the BBC,
He's terrible,
isn't he?
isn't he? Who would have thought
Terrible.
that?
We trusted that lad.
See, we don't get any of the, the women.
None of the cream.
All
Where's
the
the
people around
cream?
us, they get the chicks.
They get all the chicks. They're picking
We're
up,
too busy doing stuff for charity.
working and toiling. I think Matt and Russell should do a double act. Well, it wouldn't be the first time. Dear, oh dear.
Oh, God.
Oh, Christ. Oh, no, not on Jesus' planet. What a show it's been so far.
I know.
We've got to sort that ice cream van out. What we need is a Mr. Fix-It. We can't trust Mikey. He's just using this show as a conduit for Winky Juice. That's all he cares about, that lad. But guess who we've got here? Why, it's none other than Richard Hillgrove, agent to the stars, including Steven Seagal. Woo! Richard, where the bloody hell's Seagal?
He's en route from the Millennium Dome.
What was he going to Millennium Dome for? What's he doing there?
He's sorting out a movie deal.
Why? What's happening there for?
The film production company told him to go to the Millennium Dome, picked him up, took him over there, and so now he's en route, having struck a deal.
He's definitely coming here, is he?
He's on his way.
Is he nice?
He's a lovely guy.
What'll happen if I
I think the little short Scottish guy looking after him has cocked up.
Mikey?
No, not Mikey. Another short Scottish guy,
Yeah.
not Duncan.
Yeah. Who's it weird? He's got a little Scottish guy looking after him. Doing
It's not
what?
Duncan.
I wonder if
He's
Steven...
just minding him.
Is he hard? Is he sort of... what's he like?
I'm not sure if he's hard.
No, but, Seagal.
Richard, don't sexualise this.
Sorry.
Come
Won't be
on.
invited back.
Is he a sort of an action hero in his real life?
He is, because martial arts is very much a part of his life, and so that was an extension of what he loves doing by actually putting it onto the screen.
We just extended it into a film. Can I make a film where I have a love shack
His
and
life
people
story.
just give me a big sexy cuddle on the leg? I'd like to extend my life into a film.
There is talks of him doing Under Siege 3.
Is there?
Yeah.
But is it going to be filmed, or is he just going to do it at the Millennium Dome? No one notices. Right, so Steven Seagal will be here any moment. Richard Hillgrove,
We hope.
agent... We hope. Well, there's still an element of doubt.
Exactly.
Why do you wear a cowboy hat? You do realise that makes you seem like a charlatan.
It's an Australian outback hat,
Oh,
not a New
fine.
Zealander.
Oh, fine. Come round here in your
What's
outback
under the hat?
There's nothing other than a small bald patch.
I think he's nice. Don't make people feel unhappy.
Oh.
You're a nice
I've got a
fella, you aren't
complex
you?
now.
You are
No,
unusual, man. What's that hat lined with? It looked like it was sequined. No,
It's magical things.
Lovely.
Sparkly.
Are you Willy Wonka? You got all sorts of funny hats and brooches.
Any real evidence that Richard's ever met any
That's
celebrities or is an
true. You
agent.
could just be a
He
trickster.
will be.
If Seagal don't come in here, we know you're a liar and we should have to do it right.
That's why I'm trying to do the phone interview.
I've got an idea, right, Matt? Say that Seagal don't turn up. That proves Richard's a liar, and he has to do a prostrate exam with us. He has to demonstrate how to look
On
at
himself?
bumholes.
I have to get a plug in
Yeah.
whether he turns up or not. Shepherd's Bush Empire tomorrow night.
We all know that
plug in.
We're talking
Final
about
days of the
prostate
front
exams.
books to blah,
Listen,
blah,
that's
blah.
probably what causes prostate trouble, is people sticking plugs up there. Now, the saga of Steven Seagal continues. We've just had his cowboy agent in here. We don't mean that disrespectfully, but he literally is dressed as a cowboy with a grouse foot stuck on his lapel. Isn't that odd?
I know, it's good.
He's an unusual fellow. Let's just let him get on with his life. Right, so apparently Seagal's on his way here with some Scottish fella in a car. Mikey, our little pervert assistant, is going to get that Scottish fella up on the line. We'll talk to him, see what exactly is the geographic location of Seagal. What's his name? Scott, this bloke.
Scott and he's Scottish.
Okay, he's Scott and he's
Fake
Scottish.
name.
That's easy, do you reckon? Hold on, this is
Maybe.
his phone.
Hello.
Hello, is that Scott?
Who's calling?
Scott, my name is Russell. I'm ringing from my show. We're wondering about Stephen. Is he all right?
Yeah, well, we are en route. We're just in the traffic at the moment.
You're in the traffic. Okay.
Very thick traffic.
Hurry
we
up,
should
we
be there in
miss you.
15 minutes, the driver's saying.
Okay, how about 13 minutes?
15.
15 minutes, okay, all right. Well, we've just
Make it
had...
10.
Yeah, can you be a bit quicker? Because Richard's been in here. You know, he's cowboy... Stephen's
Yeah,
cowboy...
that guy, yeah.
He's crazy, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, we're going as quick as we can.
He stinks of
The driver
booze.
says he'll be there in 15, and he's going as fast as he can.
Okay, how's Stephen? Is he in good nick? Is he next to you in the car?
No, he isn't, but I can get you to contact him if you want to speak to him.
How come? What's going on? Why aren't
No
you
one
with
knows
Stephen?
Steven Seagal.
Huh?
Why are you not with Stephen? Is anyone with Stephen? Do any of you really know him?
Yeah, we all know him very well. There's just too many people for one car.
Ah, right. Has Stephen got anyone else with him?
He's just his close friends.
Has he done any... He's just got his close friends with him. I just need you guys with me. Has he done any meditating or anything like that today, do you know?
Today, I'm not that close to him.
Aren't you? Why? What have you got against him?
We'll get, we'll be 12 minutes of driver soon.
All right then, Scott. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Cheers.
Bye-bye, bye. None of these people know Seagal, Matt. This has all been a coup, isn't it? They're all balmy. I think
But
we've got
what's happened is, we've mentioned Steven Seagal, we've put him in the public consciousness again. He's probably not even in the country.
Probably not even here. He's probably
They've
not even
hyped
released
him
a
up.
blues album. The more you think about it, a song called Crocodile's Ass. It don't make sense, does it?
Well, a crocodile doesn't have an ass. There's a
No.
tail. There's no bum
a
bit.
tail and an anus. You wouldn't go, oh, look at that
How'd you know-
crocodile's ass.
Well, it must have an anus. I
It must have an anus.
I don't know the word anus. Don't say
I
it.
like it.
Why?
Because it just makes me think of a little anus.
Well, that's how language works.
That signifies the object. James Gurney has written us a letter. Russell and crew, just like to say, love that show you do, and I'm doing a study on incest. Firstly, the reason incest is taboo has to do with the fact that humans have such a small gene pool. On average, each one of us has 4 genes that could kill us due to us having a copy of each gene from our mother and father. These genes do not normally affect us in any way, however, but if you breed with your family, the chance of offspring getting 2 copies of this gene is widely increased. Cats do not suffer so greatly from this as their gene pool is rather large, set for cheaters who have a small gene pool. Freud was into incest. I think he means Freud. Freud was into incest anyway, so you don't want to listen to him. Love the show. If you ever want a new radio presenter. Are you and Noel still going to do Goth Detectives for the kiddies? Yes, that's next week. Right, well, fair enough. Did we learn anything about incest then? Or size of gene pools?
I wasn't really focusing, but I don't think
I wasn't going to have sex with anyone in my family anyway, to tell you the truth. It's not something I'm into. What's that face supposed to mean, Matthew? I've only got me and my mum.
I remember that article in the paper that said...
What?
Brad's had a string of prostitutes and lovers and even members of his own family.
No,
Said that,
that's
didn't
really
it?
out of order.
How did they find out about that?
No, I've been so quiet about that. My nan must have spilt the beans. I'm going to dig her up and give her such a slap. Oh, no, slap. Right, okay, so yeah, well, this is all crazy. Let's play. Why don't we play a track, then get Noel Gallagher up, shall we?
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to say, Matt? Are you in a strange mood or something?
No, why?
Well, I don't know.
I'm fine. I was just wondering what song to play.
You getting G choose one?
Yeah.
All right.
This will do.
I am writing in response to a lady... Yeah, this is interesting, actually. This is from Layla Joyce. She goes, I'm writing to respond to the comments made by a lady on your show last week who was freaked out by big, giant, cuddly people, you know, dressed up as cuddly people, not like giant haystacks or something. She goes, I've got the same phobia. I'd like to share this anecdote about what happened to me. Me and my best friend went to Disney World in Florida to set the scene. We were both 19 at the time. On the day...
Disneyland and Florida set the scene.
Yeah, it's
The
saying you're
ages
19.
didn't.
That don't really help the scene at all. That's just a minor detail to the scene. On the day in question, we were wearing hot pants and tiny T-shirts.
That's set in the scene.
Oh, I like in this scene, baby.
Look at Mikey.
Mikey,
He
suddenly
loved it.
Mikey's interested now. Yeah, Mikey, do you want these phone numbers, mate? I expect you'll be wanting to visit these girls, won't you, you little
Hey, you still got
pervert?
those hot pants?
Mikey will be wearing them hot pants as a hat by the end of the day. On the day in question, we were wearing hot pants and tiny T-shirts and queued up to meet and greet Pinocchio and Geppetto. Geppetto! Hello, I'm Geppetto. Thanks for coming to Disney World, and I better say they're lovely hot pants.
Hang on, that would have been... Sorry, go on.
Go on. No, I'm just
Go on.
saying.
No, you're Geppetto. You're making it come alive.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, Pinocchio did wear hot pants.
He
didn't
did actually, didn't he?
Sexy little git, wasn't he, really?
Horrible legs though. That
Square
the knee
legs.
joint was not nice.
No, it weren't nice. Even when he was a real boy, he was still a bit odd.
Yeah.
I liked him when he were wooden.
I liked it when he was half donkey.
I liked him when he was half donkey. I like that Cat and the Fox that took him to Donkeyland. And all that. That donkey world was weird.
I know.
I don't ever want to go there.
There's a
ever.
scale issue though. Didn't like that when I was a kid. Didn't like that when I was a kid. Geppetto's a man,
Yeah.
and Pinocchio's like a little puppet.
Yeah.
So when you queued up to meet them, they probably
The
made them the same size. It's wrong.
Annoying, wrong scale, bad scale. Who's this new woman that's turned up here? Just loose in the building. Is that your girlfriend? That cowboy's brought his wife in here now. What's going on? His wife's all right. What are you doing with a wife, you weirdo? Hang on, let's go back to this letter. However, while the characters innocently posed with the children in the queue, when it came to me and my friend, the sleazy men in the Pinocchio and Geppetto costumes held us round our waists and wouldn't let us go till we kissed them on their big cartoon woolen heads. Under their character masks, we could see all their real faces, and the one nearest me, playing Pinocchio, had a leer and bad breath. All in all, it was rather disturbing, and one which has left us both rather less avid fans of the Disney brand. That's not our views, that's the views of the people writing this letter. Please read this out or phone me. Loads of love, Layla Joyce. I wonder when this was, because I think it's all quite sexy, these people being in hot pants going to Disney World, don't you?
I just thought what the Disney brand would be if you were reimagined by Sir Walt Disney.
Whee! Probably not that different,
Not really. Different shoes, maybe.
Vaguely different shoes. Probably they'd be more practical.
I like those songs with little voices in them.
I like that. What about that Akon one then?
Yeah.
I'm lonely. No wonder you're lonely. You sound like a little weirdo. Get to know people behaving like that. You'll drive people away. So, Segal ain't here. Apparently he's nearer. What's going to be like when he gets here?
I don't know. He's probably not going to get here in time.
I know, we've got to go soon, haven't we? Well, it's been quite a good show. We've had Jonathan Ross in here swearing his mouth off. Noel Gallagher's not answering any of his phones. I can't get through to him.
We're losing all our contacts.
We don't need contacts or guests or that. We just need each other. Hold on, Noel Gallagher's ringing back. Noel Gallagher? Yeah. Are you on? What's the matter? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, good, thanks, Noel. We're just doing the radio show. Can we call you back on another line?
Yeah, call me back on my London number.
All right then, mate. I'll do that. Don't say nothing because this is part of the radio show. All right then. I'll see you in a bit, Noel. I'm calling you right now. All right. Talk to you in a sec. Bye, Noel. Bye. Mikey, yeah, because you just called people that we asked to call and not all the listeners that have said they were wearing hot pants. All right. Pervert.
He's got your phone now, mate.
He's got my phone. God knows that's a treasure chest he's into there. If that's the Thunderdome for a lad like Mikey. Don't press the letter T, mate. That's the tart section. Oh, Christ. Oh, no. Woo. Not really. I don't live that sort of life. I'm a nice man from out in Essex. Now, Matty Morgan. Hold on, we were learning something then, weren't we, before Noel Gallagher rudely interrupted. Saying man and hey guys,
hey man,
let's listen to some Jack Kerouac. So I was listening to your podcast, waiting for my bloody yoga lesson to start. Says Nicky. Well, that's the wrong attitude to have towards yoga. For a start, you're meant to be sanguine, peaceful. And I thought I might send in a couple of suggestions to start the ball rolling. Re your Bookie Wook title conundrum. 1. Me and I and him and me. Since the frenetic pace of the radio podcast, I was giving the impression there are duplicates of all of you. Interesting, but it's confusing. 2. 21st century Dorian Gray. Only I'm not evil, honest, in brackets. Well, you are a cheeky chappy, allegedly. Well, Noel Gallagher's here, so Nicky's suggestions can we put to one side for a moment while we ask Noel Gallagher a series of questions. Hello, Noel, how are you?
Good afternoon. Evening, sorry. Live.
Yeah, that's right. What's the matter? Are you drunk?
No, I'm not. I've just been to a children's party, so I'm not that drunk, no.
I should think not. I don't even think you should be going.
No, I didn't gate crash it. I didn't just walk in and see, chips and mini burgers. I think I'll have a bit of that. I've just been to pick my daughter up from a kids' party.
Congratulations on your forthcoming new child.
Yes, another one.
Yeah, who would have thought that you still packed a punch in that department, Noel? You've still got it. Of course, we've yet to...
Well, once you've got it, you never lose it, you see.
No, I suppose not. No, I suppose that is true. So, did you see me on Comic Relief then?
Yeah, I did.
Well, why did you bring it up to compliment me, and how come you've hesitated a bit then?
Because I had to, because that was last night, which is it's a long time ago in my world, last night, and it's like, was it last night he was prancing around in ladies' underwear? It was last night, that's right.
That's right, that was some of it, but I did the last hour, I hosted the whole last hour. Had you gone to bed?
I'd gone to bed.
It was really good.
Oh.
If
you'd have known.
Yeah,
if I'd have known you two, they never said, I kind of sat through possibly the worst pairing in British television history of Chris Evans and Davina McCall.
Oh,
which was just...
Oh, come on, they're nice
people.
It
was
Chris
like,
Evans...
I don't know. It was tough going.
Right, okay, but you've got quite marginalised tastes, haven't you? Really, if you think.
Well,
about
like
yourself.
you. What does that say?
Oh, it means you're quite cutting edge, Noel, is what that suggests. Hold on, I've got some important things to ask you about. What are they? Oh yeah, Stephen. Right, we've got this lunatic in here, Noel. Right, who claims to be Steven Seagal's agent. Oh, he's holding up a bit of paper saying Seagal is here. All through the show, people have been saying that Steven Seagal is going to turn up in our studio.
Right.
That's a bit mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you got any questions for Steven Seagal?
Steven Seagal?
Yeah, him, the
He's in the building.
He's in the building apparently now.
Is he really?
I'm a bit nervous now he's actually here.
Ask him, because he plays in a blues band, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
Ask him, is his Les Paul that he plays vintage, what year is it, and how much does he think it's worth?
Matt, write it down, because I'll forget that.
I remember that.
All right, then.
And ask him what his favourite... Ask him who his favourite British blues guitarist is. That'll do his head right in.
Will it? Because there aren't none.
Yeah. Well, no, there is. Peter Green is the greatest. Jeff Beck.
Right.
And Eric Clapton. You'll probably say Eric Clapton, right?
Yeah.
But then say him, Clapton, rubbish. We're talking proper blues guitarist.
And then I'll say Jeff Beck. Is it because I've got to back up this argument, Noel, remember, and I will be bluffing.
Peter Green.
I'll say Peter Green after.
Second only to Jimi Hendrix.
Right, second only to... Right, I'm learning all this by rote. Matt's taking notes. We're going to walk
What's
through
he
this
doing on your
argument.
show, anyway?
Well, we met this cowboy yesterday, and I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. A bloke who's literally dressed as a cowboy, he comes up to us, he goes, "Oh, I'm Steven Seagal's agent. Do you want to have him on your radio show?" And we went, "Yeah, all right." And he goes, "And also, do you want Duncan Bannatyne out of Dragon's Den?" I goes, "How come you look after them two? That's mismatched. What is that market? What are you going for?"
Was he properly dressed as a cowboy?
He's in here now. He's come along. He's got the cowboy hat on now. He's stood here with a beard and a cowboy hat and a grouse's foot pinned to his jacket. He's an eccentric.
Not like that 70s TV detective. He wasn't riding up,
Well, like,
I don't know, Marylebone High Street on a horse.
Yeah, that's right. He is. He's like that bloke that got trapped in a time warp.
What was that? What was that program?
I know who you mean. That bloke, yeah, they'd been trapped in a time warp and then he came back to be a detective in the modern days. A sort of reverse of Life on Mars, in fact. Yeah, I know what you mean.
He was just a bit weird. He
can't have a horse. He just had a horse and he was a contemporary cop who had a horse.
No, he was a copper.
Yeah, and he had a horse.
Maybe I've got this wrong.
No, you promised me you was off the sauce and the gear. What is this conversation?
I've had a lot of sugar this afternoon.
Yeah, well, I hope that's not a euphemism. What's going on at that children's party?
Well, no, you know, it's children's parties. You just have one of those, and before you know it, you've eaten a load of fairy cakes.
Was it one of your family's children?
Fairy cakes. Yeah.
Don't eat fairies' cakes. Oh Christ! Whose party was it?
It was Mr. Weller's daughter's birthday party, because his daughter and my daughter are in the same class at school.
Oh, that's nice. Perhaps they'll do you think they'll be in a band when they're older? Will they?
Yeah, I'll be down there with Mr. Weller.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Surrounded by nippers and looking a bit edgy. It's got to be said.
Yeah, you sound edgy. No, will you get that? Will you sign that thing for that charity, please? Because remember,
you said you were going to send it to the office, but did you?
Yeah. And someone will have sent it. Can you get you and Paul Weller sign it to auction it off at Focus 12, a charity of which I'm a patron, next week to raise money for drug addicts?
Yeah,
okay.
Well, better be before Thursday, because I'm leaving the country on Thursday.
You're going to Moscow
after the 23rd.
Why are you going to Moscow for?
Because you know this thing I do at the Albert Hall.
Yeah.
My manager said, "Do you fancy doing a warm-up for it?" And I said, "Well, I'll go on then." And he said, "How about doing one in Moscow?" And I was like, "It's a bit far, isn't it?" And he said, "Well, you know, because like Oasis have never been there, because we could never make it pay, really."
Right, yeah.
But because there's only me and an acoustic guitar and Gem and little Terry, apparently it's worthwhile doing, so...
No, Steven Seagal's just wandered in while we're live. People didn't think, we'll wait till the end of the link and then bring Steven Seagal in. They just brought him in.
Get him on.
Stephen!
His favourite guitar.
Sit down, Stephen, mate. Noel, Stephen, there you are. Stephen, say hello to Noel. Noel, say hello to Stephen.
Hey, Noel, how are you?
Geezer.
Geezer?
How you doing? Hey, listen, what I wanted to know is, right, you play in a blues band, right?
Yeah.
Who's your favourite British blues guitarist?
Well, I think Clapton, probably.
What did I say?
You did say, Noel Gallagher did predict that you would say Eric Clapton was your favourite blues guitarist.
What do you reckon of Peter Green?
You know what? Yeah, good, but you know who also I love is Mark Knopfler. In fact...
Yeah, but he's a Geordie, though.
It would be still English.
You can't use regional racism on Steven Seagal.
Are you allowed to say four-letter words on this radio station?
Yeah, because we're not meant to because it's the BBC, but we can beep it if it's really bad.
Yeah, but I mean, anyway, he's still British. I love Mark Knopfler.
What was the four-letter word going to be?
I asked Mark to come to Shepherd's Bush, but man, he didn't come.
I like how you talk, Stephen. Is this because of Buddhism?
What's that?
Well, that you seem to be coming from a place of inner tranquility there.
Well, I don't look too tranquil now.
You seem quite tranquil.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well.
You seem nice and tranquil. It's
It's the
lovely to
opposite
have
of
you
me.
here. He is the opposite of you. Noel's, of course, a very agitated person. Perhaps you remember from Oasis all the spitting and swearing coming over
I
to another country.
never really got up on that.
No, well, we all got a bit carried away with it in England. They're revered as gods over here, but they've abused that power, frankly. Noel, as you can probably appreciate, I'm having to juggle two very complex and opposing vibes. So can I give you a ring after this show?
Oh, I see.
Oh, well, come on, Steven Seagal's
Oh, I
just
see.
wandered in. I've not given him
All right.
proper attention because I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah,
to
you
you.
got a big
Some
Hollywood
guys
star in,
just-
so you
some-
don't... Right, I'm off now, am I?
Some guys just.
Good time for you.
I just bought a Firebird, and somebody said, "Man, the Oasis and Noel wanted to buy this." I said, "Oh, really? They probably bullshit me."
Did you try and buy a Firebird, Noel?
There was talk of it, yes.
Oh,
There you
so they
are.
weren't lying. Well, you could have it from me if you want, but I bought it.
No, anyway, Russell, you know that picture you wanted me to sign?
Sign it!
Get your mate to do it.
Oh, no! Don't be cold!
Right, yeah.
That's cold. Listen, I'm trying to do my bleeding job.
Really?
What if you were recording with Weller,
all
and then I don't know, Chuck Norris turned
Yeah.
up? You'd have to deal with it, wouldn't you?
You get your mate to sign it.
Don't be childish.
Hey, I've made a career out of it.
I'm going to ring you the minute we're off the air.
Right, see you later.
Talk to you later, Noel.
Noel.
That's
Bye,
Noel
bye,
Gallagher,
bye,
everyone. So, Stephen, thank you very much. It's been a long and complicated saga getting you here.
Nah, man, it was easy. Y'all just panicked.
We did panic.
We was on the way.
Your agent, look how he's dressed. He's terrified. He looks like he's literally dressed up as a cowboy.
Well, I mean, but that's more like the Brokeback Mountain kind of cowboy.
Ah, right. I see. Much more passive. A bit of how's your father, a kiss and cuddle cowboy rather
Seems
than
a little bit of,
I see.
something else going on.
Yeah, something's going on. Well, Stephen, thank you very much for coming here. We've got lots of things we want to talk to you about. We want to talk to you about your blues band. Now, will you tell us a bit about it, please, if you don't mind?
Well, they're all from Memphis, all black, all people who've been playing the blues since they were children. And I think at the moment it's probably the best blues band in the world at the moment.
Really?
I don't know, pretty good.
Stephen, how can you make this claim? Like, is there a blues band
Well,
league
no.
table?
Just like, when you put a band together, that's just blues, they stay together for a minute. I'm not saying, we're the best blues band in the world forever. I'm just saying for the minute we're pretty good, that's all.
Right, but that could change tomorrow. Or
Yeah,
or coming weeks.
someone else could put something else together or whatever. But all I'm really trying to say is it's a great blues band.
So a lot of people, you say the lads in your band, they've been playing the blues since they were children.
Right.
How can, when you're a child, you ain't depressed enough to do the blues properly? Because it has to be, you have to go, if you're in a blues band and you're only a child, we go, da-da-da-da-da, oh, bloody school's getting on my nerves, da-da-da-da-da, I could do with some sweets. How do they find the content during childhood?
Well, I mean, actually, blues is about a celebration of life. It's about anything that inspires you in life, not just the pain of life, but the joy of life. So I think that, I'm not necessarily saying that children learn how to write and have, an ocean of suffering to take it from, as much as what I'm saying is everybody starts learning and playing and honing their craft from childhood.
Right, so initially it may not have conformed to our stereotypical ideas of the blues, but nonetheless they can learn the discipline and the genre from childhood. That does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the neighborhood, man, because everybody in Memphis, they grow up in it, they grow up around it, they hear it on the front porch like I did as a child,
Where are you from then, Stephen?
Detroit, but in Detroit, everybody had come out of the Deep South to work in the steel mills. And so in my neighborhood, it was all Delta people from the Deep South.
Stephen, we're going to play a track of yours now. It's Alligator Ass.
Right.
What is that you've just sprayed in your mouth? Sinuses, what for your throat?
Yeah, I've been singing too much, so it's a little...
It's giving you a bit of a sore
froggy.
throat. What, have you been performing lately?
Every night.
Where? In the UK?
Yeah, we did 40 shows here,
Jesus, how'd it go?
Good, man, amazing.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm glad you're over here. Now, can you tell us a bit about Talk to My...
Alligator Ass?
Alligator Ass, yeah.
Alligator Ass is really a song about disillusionment and suspicion and just having been screwed over by so many people that you don't trust anybody anymore. It's really a song about bad luck and betrayal.
Why is it called Alligator Ass?
Well, because it's talking about, somebody who just keeps getting lied to and stolen from and dicked around, and then he says I went into a restaurant. I had to eat something fast. I ordered me some chicken. They gave me alligator ass. So it's a kind of a southern way of saying, man, they didn't even give me what I ordered.
Got ripped off even in the restaurant.
Even in the restaurant,
that's right. Chicken.
That's right.
Hey, so Stephen, when are you at Shepherd's Bush Empire then?
This Sunday the 18th.
Sunday the 18th. So yeah, there's probably tickets still available if you want to go there and see Steven Seagal. Now, another song of yours was "Talk to My Ass."
Right.
How come there's 14 tracks on your album and the word ass is featured in 2 titles?
Man, I must have ass on my mind.
You've got ass on your mind, Stephen. It keeps cropping up. There's ass. Is there any others with ass in the lyrics off the top of your head?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, well, that's all right. That's dense enough, I would have thought. Okay, now, Stephen, the other thing that I'm very interested in about you is your Buddhist beliefs. How did you get into that?
Well, I went to Asia in the late 60s, early 70s to study the martial arts, and ended up sitting Zen in a monastery called Daitokuji under a master called Tachibana Osho. And in studying Zen under him, I got very interested in Buddhism, and there were a couple of Tibetan lamas that were there that had somehow escaped from Tibet. And I just kind of sort of felt a connection with them and started studying, and that's when I became a Buddhist.
I see. Stephen, this show has an ongoing campaign to free Tibet from the Chinese regime. Now, we've been pursuing this campaign quite doggedly, in spite of the fact that we don't fully understand what the military regime is doing there, or what the benefits of their departure would be. Do we want China to leave Tibet? Or do you?
Well, I think it would be very nice if they would depart from Tibet and leave it with its indigenous people.
Why are they there?
Well, I'm not really sure, but I would imagine that militarily the strategic positioning of Tibet being the top of the world for satellite surveillance and things like that would probably be an extremely advantageous area for them to control.
I see. It's for satellite technology, and because geographically it's a strategically convenient place. Right, well, nonetheless, you've still got to get out. You'll have to put your satellites elsewhere. So, yeah, we're learning about that. We're trying to make this show have, a little gravitas, Stephen. Now, so it's good then that, as well as, because a lot of people get into the martial aspect of Eastern philosophy and culture without embracing the philosophical and spiritual side of it. That's true, isn't it, really?
Yes, it is.
Matt, for example, likes learning about fighting. If you try and get him interested in Buddhism, he'd try and karate chop you.
Well, I mean, fighting, well, let's just say the martial arts in general doesn't necessarily have to do with Buddhism as much as some form of spirituality, which could be, any one of a myriad of different paths.
Really, the ultimate, because there's some sort of unifying theory where, if there is a utopian oneness within all things, then you could reach that through Hinduism, you could reach it through Buddhism. As long as the journey inward ultimately reaches outward, then you will find oneness.
Something like that, yeah.
I hope so, Stephen. I've been on a hell of a quest. I'm exhausted. Now, typically, Steven Seagal, we like to summarise this show with a poem from Mr. G, the poet laureate of this show. Let's welcome him with atmosphere. Mr. G, woo! Better be a good poem today, dear.
I've been known to write a limerick. Stones of Blarney've been kissed, corks of bottles popped, eagles donned, Pachin's been missed. But this lyrical tryst is nothing compared to the chatter, the lyrical pitter-patter of Russ and Matt's quick-witted banter. Let's kick off with Jonathan Ross sounding off. There's gym sticks, porn flicks, villages of chocolates ruled by little boy kings loving the kinks, doing the snow dome, kicky boot stomping, and who's been romping in Brandy's love shack, relieving the comic to stop prostate attack. And Noel's got the facts, Stephen had our asses under siege. Russell, you deserve a saintly pat for pulling tricks from up your sleeve.
Woo! Yes, all right. What an incredible piece of poetry. The whole show has been surmised. Stephen, it's difficult because you've got that. You've got very peaceful energy about you and a great stillness. It's difficult for me to maintain my hectic, high, energetic pace.
I'm sorry, I'm cramping your style.
You're not cramping it, dear. You're making it just seem slightly erratic and needless. But thank you very much for coming here and gracing us with your presence. It's been an absolute joy to have you. Wow, Steven Seagal, everybody. We never thought you were going to come. It's been a wonderful voyage. Thank you for bringing your gravitas. We appreciate it. Shanti, Steven Seagal there. What a show it's been. Thank you very much. We had Jonathan Ross earlier in the show, effing and blinding. Steven Seagal neutralised us with spirituality. Noel Gallagher now. Now I feel like I've got to apologise to Noel Gallagher or something. He weren't genuinely upset with me. He's all right and he's winding me up. Right, okay, Matt, did you enjoy the show?
I've really enjoyed it.
It's been smashing, hasn't it? Mr. G, you've done fantastic work. Mikey, you've exploited the situation. Steven Seagal is leaving the building. It's been an incredible show. Now
He's huge.
Isn't he a massive man? It's huge, isn't he? And he's all sort of peaceful like a bear. What frightens me about them people that are big and sort of still is you think at any moment they might go, and I might lash out and sort of eat you.
He's the new Mr. Wimpy.
He could be. He could lumber up to us and crush us like eggs. Right, okay, so next week is going to be an even better show. We don't know how we're going to achieve it. Perhaps Bruce Lee will come in. Who knows what'll happen? Thank you very much for listening. We've got the news now of Andrea Simmons. Andrea, we would like you to get the words China has left Tibet into this news broadcast.
Ass.
Or what?
Ass.
Ass. Get crocodile ass into the news. Alligator ass. Get it into the news, woman. Just because we're not doing this live, that don't mean we can't F you up. Steven Seagal just taught us karate moves. We come there and bust you up, Andrea. 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC.
BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.